Hello everyone. Good morning. So today we are going to discuss about the today's news and our first news is related to the tsunami. So let's take a look of this news. So the first topic is villages in Odisha recognized by the Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO as tsunami ready. What is it? So, in Odisha, the 24 coastal villages in Odisha were recognized as tsunami ready during the second global tsunami symposium in Indonesia, based on verification by the National Tsunami Ready Recognition Board. In short form, we can say that NTRB. So this NTRB comprising scientists from Indian National Center for Ocean Information Service and officers of National Disaster Management Authority implements the Tsunami Ready Recognition Program. Under this UNESCO IOC Tsunami Ready Recognition Program, this TRRP, that is Tsunami Ready Recognition Program, is a voluntarily international community based effort to bolster risk prevention and mitigation across the global coastal zone. What is the aim of this TRRP? So basically, the aim is to build tsunami resilience through awareness and preparedness strategy that will protect life, livelihoods, and property from tsunamis. What is the methodology for the rescue? It has 12 preparedness indicators. It has 12 preparedness indicator for a consistent evaluation and recognition in renewal every 4 years. Let's talk about the tsunami. So if we get the question in mains regarding the tsunami, so we have a very good definition of the tsunami, that is tsunami are a series of enormous wave created by underwater disturbances, often associated with earthquakes, volcanic eruption, landslides, or coastal rock falls. If we are talking about the origin of the tsunami, so the tsunami word comprises the Japanese word Su meaning harbor and Nami means wave. If we are talking about the characteristics of the tsunami, so speed means the tsunami speed is over 500 miles per hour, and as a tsunami enters shallow water, it's slow off to 20 to 30 miles per hour, and the wavelength decreases, the height increases. Tsunami wave speed depend on ocean depth, not distance from the wave source. So this is all about the tsunami, its characteristics and origin. Let's talk about the step taken by the India against the tsunami. Indian Tsunami Early Warning Center, which provides the tsunami advisory to, uh, I'm talking about here, this, right? So, Indian Tsunami Early Warning Center, which provides the tsunami advisor to 25 Indian Ocean country for a last mile connectivity. It has a network of tsunami buoy system that transmit real time data. Okay. INCOIS has established a real time network for tide gauge station along the Indian coast. If we are talking about this NDMA, so NDMA guidelines on management of tsunami in India, modeling and mapping of tsunami along the Indian coast as a part of the early tsunami and the storm surge warning system. So these all are the steps taken by the India against the tsunami, right? Let's move to the next news. So next news is related to rising ambition and accelerating delivery of climate finance report release. So the report was released at 29th COP to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, right? UNFCCC. It provides estimate of investment need across areas: clean energy transition, adaptation and resilience, loss and damage, natural capital, and just transition to meet a Paris Agreement. There is a few Key findings of this report is first key is global investment required for climate action is around $6.3 to 6.7 trillion per year by 2030. Emerging market and developing country other than China require a $2.3 to 2.5 trillion dollars. Currently, investment in concentrated in economies such as India and Brazil. The next key is increased role of non-traditional sources in closing the financing gap, example voluntary carbon market, South-South cooperation, use of the special drawing rights, etc. Third key points is unprecedented opportunity for the developing countries due to declining the technology cost and the huge expansion in supply from China. If we required some few points for our mains answer writing, so we can take these points. It's very useful for our answer writing. Uh, it enhance the quality of our answer. Okay. Now, what is the recommendation of this report? We are going to discuss the recommendation, but before, let's discuss about the mechanism to facilitate the climate finance. So if we are talking about the mechanism, so first mechanism is Global Environment Facility. It was created in 1991, basically aimed at addressing the global environmental issue, including the climate change. Our second mechanism is Green Climate Fund, which was created in 2010, established at COP16 to support the developing countries. And the third mechanism is New Collective Quantified Goal. Under this currently discussion, it's aimed to set a new financial target to support the developing country in their climate action post 2025. Now come to the recommendation of the report. So recommendation is integrated approach to climate finance with strengthening of collaboration, development of the sectoral investment plan and co-creation of project pipelines. So there under this project pipelines there is a two kinds of funding or investment. One is the public funding and second is the private investment. So let's discuss about the public funding. Under the public funding, manage debt and fiscal space, boost the domestic resource mobilization, etc. We are talking about the private investment. Under this, reduce the cost of capital, expand option of the concessional finance, tapping the potential of the carbon market, etc. We are talking about the multilateral development bank, so it should work to triple lending capacity by 2030 as a part of a new collective quantified goal on climate finance. So this is all about the report. Okay, rising ambition and accelerating delivery of climate finance report. Now discuss about the next news, and the next news is the world marks first international day against the transitional organized crime. First world mark first international day against the transitional organized crime. Okay, so what is the transitional organized crime? First read this thing. First you have to understand what is it, right? So this transitional organized crime is an organized crime coordinated across the national borders involving the groups or markets of individuals working in a multiple countries to plan and execute illegal business ventures. So this is all about the transitional organized crime. But why it is in news? Because earlier this year in March, the UN General Assembly declared the 15th of November as the International Day for Prevention of Fight Against all form of transitional organized crime. Let's discuss about its type. If we are going to discuss about its type or form, so there is a multiple like drug trafficking, smuggling of migrants, human trafficking, money laundering, trafficking in firearms, counter, counterfeit goods, etc. UN Security Council resolution, which was created in 2019, it's highlighted the concern about growing nexus between terrorism and organized crime, as well as to tackle the nexus through policy measures. Let's linkage between terrorist and the organized crime. how we can create the linkage. So first point is financing of terrorism. Terrorists receive the financial support from the organized crime. For example, Northeast based militant group mobilized the fund by becoming the courier of the illegal drugs, arm, etc. Organized criminal group involved in transporting terrorists across border and of returning foreign terrorist fighter in organized crime activity. For example, entry points from the Southeast Asia include the More and the entire Chittorgarh hill track, especially Cox's Bazar. Next point is the spread of the counterfeit currency. For example, terrorists are the main counter of the Indian counterfeit currency inside Kashmir, which then spread all over the India. What is the initiative undertaken by the Indian government? Let's discuss about these things or the world. Okay. So UN Convention against the Transnational Organized Crime. This was happened in 2000. Primary international instrument in the fight against the transnational organized crime. Second, Financial Action Task Force. It sets the international standard for combating the money laundering and terrorist financing. Interpol, world largest police organization, working together to fight the international crime. United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, work to combat the transnational organized crime, corruption, terrorism, and illicit drugs. So this is all about the transnational organized crime. Let's discuss about the next topic that is related to BSNL. BSNL launches the India's first direct to device satellite connectivity. So understand what is principle behind that. Basically this satellite act as a cell tower in space, okay, bypassing the need for terrestrial cell tower as used in the traditional mobile connectivity. This is basically it is, okay. It uses the satellite in orbit to transmit the signal directly to device on the ground. So there is no need in the tower, or we can say that satellite in the cell tower in terrestrial. It's directly connect to satellite in the orbit. So this is all about the direct to device, okay. Now, why it is in news? It marks a major event in extending the satellite communication to everybody, consumers, which were earlier limited to emergency and military use. So, global initiatives such as AST Space Mobile, Global, Constellation Global, SpaceX, Starlink also use the D2D technology. Let's talk about the non-terrestrial network technology. So it allows for seamless two-way communication between devices and satellites. BSNL uses the vast geostationary L-band satellite position 36,000 km above, which bypass the ground-based cell tower, making it ideal for remote coverage. Significance. What is the significance of these things? D2D. First is it reliable connectivity. It's uninterrupted internet connectivity regardless of weather condition. Second, it's high speed internet and wider coverage, even in the remotest area where the cellular or Wi-Fi networks are unavailable. Third point is support UPI payments. Empower the people in rural or the unserved region to make the digital transaction. And the last one is emergency call and SOS messaging. Communication in emergency situation where cellular or Wi-Fi networks are unavailable. It's useful for the adventurous travelers, etc. What is the challenges behind that? So first is latency. Ensuring the minimal delay for the real-time application like voice call and video streaming. Second is regulatory challenges as D2D device may cross the geographical borders. Third is spectrum allocation, obtaining the sufficient bandwidth for seamless satellite to ground communication. Third is device capability, ensuring the technology work across the various smartphone and operating system. Third is, or we can say last one is propagation challenges. overcoming the signal loss and interference in diverse environment. So these are the challenges, but we have a very good significance, and this is all about the definition and its uses, right? So this is the complete answer regarding the device to device satellite, right? So if you want an answer, complete answer regarding the device to device satellite topic, so this is the complete answer. You can use it in your copy. Okay, let's move to the next topic, that is 555th Guru Nanak Jayanti is celebrated across the India and world. So, the Indian Prime Minister, while extending the greetings on the occasion, remarked the teaching of the Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji inspire us to further the spirit of the compassion, kindness, and humility. Guru Nanak Jayanti marks the birth of the first Sikh Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, who laid the foundation of Sikhism. Major teaching of the Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Ek Onkar. It means one God who dwells in every one of his creation and constitutes the eternal truth. Truthfulness, emphasized on truthful living and declared truth as the highest value in life. Social inequality, led sustained attack on social inequality and criticized the caste system. Religion as a mean of wealth. He cautioned people to not use the religion for earning material benefits. What is the relevance of his teaching in modern times? First, the relevance is emphasis on the equality and brotherhood. Solution to gender and the caste discrimination, rising the conflicts and the war across the globe. Vand Chakko, it means share what you have. Growing inequalities between haves and haves not can be reduced. Kirta karo, earn your money righteously and honestly can lead to decrease in corruption. Sarvadda Bhala, Sabadda Bhala, welfare of all, can help in addressing climate change and promoting the ecological justice. Again, I'm sorry about my pronunciation. If I'm not able to pronounce correctly the Punjabi words, please forgive me. Now, come to the few information about the Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So, the year is 1469 to 1539. He was born at Talwandi, Nankana Sahib in Pakistan. He established a center at Kartarpur. His ideal of the liberation was not a state of the inner bliss but rather the pursuit of the active life with a strong sense of the social commitment. Before his death, Guru Nanak appointed one of his followers, Lehna, as his successor. Lehna came to be known as the Guru Angad, who compiled the composition of Guru Nanak Ji. Now let's move to the next topic. First of its kind Finance Commission, conclave the organized by the Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Let's first understand about the State Finance Commission. See, it's come under the Constitution under Article 243I, requires the governor to constitute the State Finance Commission within 1 year from the commencement of the Constitution Act 1992. Its tenure is every 5 years. Its mandate, State Finance Commission, to review the financial position of the Panchayati Raj and municipality and make the suggestion to the governor about distribution of taxes between the state and the local bodies, determination of the taxes, duty, etc., which may be assigned to or appropriate by the local body, and grants in aid to the local body by the state. What is the concern associated with the State Finance Commission? Many states have not established required State Finance Commission on time. For example, only 15 states have set up the 5th or 6th State Finance Commission. Lack of data. States don't provide the accurate data about the LB, leading to ad hoc recommendation. Delay in action taken report. States frequently fail to draft the action taken report that are presented by the governor to legislature. Unlike Central Finance Commission recommendation, state rejects basic State Finance Commission request. So what is the measures? FFC in 2020 report recommended that those states not complying with the constitutional provision in respect of the State Finance Commission would not be released grants after March 2024. Following this, now all states except Arunachal Pradesh have State Finance Commission. So this is all about few things also in news. Let's see. The first one is World Energy Employment Report 2024. Under this report, it has been released by the International Energy Agency. What is the key finding? First is the global energy employment, and second is clean energy. This is the key finding of the energy employment. Okay. India specific findings is India energy jobs account for over 8.5 million, that is 1.5% of the total employment in 2023. Second, India's energy sector the second significance is India energy sector, like many others, relies heavily on informational labor. And the last one, the energy workforce, particularly in clean energy, is poised to see the further growth with government initiative fueling the job creation. This is all about the World Energy Employment Report. Second is avian botulism. So avian botulism is considered to be the reason behind the mass death of bird in Rajasthan. So, what is the avian botulism? It is a serious neuromuscular disease. Causal agent is toxin produced by the bacterium Clostridium botulinum. So, this favorable condition for outbreak of avian botulism is warmer water temperatures, anoxic condition, bacterial substrate in decaying plants, algae, or animal materials transferred to human and pets by eating the infected fish, birds, etc. So this is all about this. Next is Operation Sagar Manthan and the Balmiki Tiger Reserves. So our next topic is Operation Sagar Manthan. According to the Narcotics Control Bureau, has seized 700 kg of methamphetamine as part of the Operation Sagar Manthan. Methamphetamine is a powerful, highly addictive stimulant that affects the central nervous system. About the Operation Sagar Manthan, it's launched by the Narcotics Control Bureau in coordination with the Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard. What is the objective? The first objective is target drugs trafficking through the maritime routes. Second, counter the threat to national security. And the last one is realize the vision of Nasa Mukt Bharat by 2047. Let's talking about the Valmiki Tiger Reserve. The rare cat snake spotted in Bihar Valmiki Tiger Reserve. Common cat snake or the Byoga trigonata is a far less. Our next topic is Kodo millets. Why it is in news? Kodo millets is news because of the consumption of Kodo millets is considered to be the reason behind the death of wild elephants in Madhya Pradesh, Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve. So this is all about the Kodo millets. Please read it here. And our next topic is Chabahar Port, and its location is set at the mouth of the Gulf of Oman. So why it is in news? Because Ministry of External Affairs delegation offers the Afghanistan access to the Charbahar port during the meeting with Defense Minister. So this is all about Charbahar port. Our next topic is Press Council of India, and next is Sena Tora plants. So why it is in news? Press Council of India, because National Press Day observed annually on November 16 celebrated the establishment of PCI. And Sena Tora plants, this is the Tamil Nadu Forest Department, is experimenting with the removal of the invasive plant in Mundumalai Tiger Reserves. So this is Sena Tora is a native to the Central America and prefer the drier area and the grassland to grow. So this is all about the Sena Tora plant. Please read it in detail here. Here is the information. Today we don't have a country, we have a personality in news, that is Birsa Munda. The period of the Birsa Munda is 1875 to 1900, and here is the entire detail about the Birsa Munda. and his contribution, right? Birsa Munda values is passion, sacrifice, courage, justice, and leadership, etc. So thank you so much for the today video. We will meet the new data with tomorrow with the new current affairs. Thank you so much.